Hello and welcome to Miniature Adventures. I'm Big Lee, and this week I want to explain why I celebrate my geeky hobby. So being into historical wargaming is, let's be honest, a little bit geeky, and I think that's something we should celebrate, not hide. For too long, hobbies like ours, collecting little toy soldiers, painting them up, poring over history books and refighting battles on a tabletop, were treated as something a little bit odd, something to be kept quiet about. But the truth is, there's nothing embarrassing at all about our hobby. It's creative, it's challenging, it connects us with history in a way that few other hobbies can. Once upon a time, being called a geek or a nerd was meant as an insult. If you loved things outside the mainstream, comic books, fantasy novels, computer games, or in our case Napoleonic battalions made of lead, you were dismissed as antisocial or childish. But the world has shifted, thankfully. Now we can stand up and say that these passions are part of who we are, and they make our lives all the richer for it. Now, I made a choice many years ago not to hide my hobby. I don't try to keep it separated from the rest of my life. I don't pretend I'm not excited about painting tiny regiments or researching uniform details that only 3 people in the room will notice. And you know what? Far from being a source of embarrassment, it's been an absolute asset. My so-called geeky hobby has introduced me to brilliant people, sparked new skills, opened doors to parts of history, art and storytelling I might never have explored otherwise. Wargaming has encouraged me to dive deeper into history, politics, geography. It's pushed me to improve at painting, writing, computing, even photography. None of that is trivial. Every miniature painted teaches patience and detail. Every army built teaches organisation and planning. Every scenario written exercises imagination and problem solving. And every blog post or rule set shared sharpens communication skills. These aren't silly pastimes, they're skills with real world value. Being a geek hasn't held me back, and it's helped me grow. And here's the thing, historical wargaming isn't a narrow little niche anymore. It's incredibly varied and colourful. One person might be obsessed with ancient hoplites, another with the Eastern Front, another with the Desert War in North Africa. Some people love the painting, others live for the gaming, some just enjoy the research. The passion takes many forms, but it's all united by the same shared enthusiasm. And of course, we should also be honest about the community side of things. The online spaces where we gather can be fantastic. Forums, social media groups and clubs where you suddenly feel at home with people who just get it. But sometimes we've all seen the darker side. The trolls who enjoy stirring things up, or the snobbery that can creep in between different corners of the hobby. Maybe role players sneer at wargamers, maybe sci-fi gamers look down on historical gamers. Maybe within historical wargaming itself, one era gets mocked by another. That kind of infighting is pointless, and I see less and less of it as the years go by. We're all part of the same beautiful tapestry as far as I'm concerned, and the hobby is stronger than when we lift each other up, and certainly stronger than when I first started wargaming many decades ago. Because in the end, it doesn't matter what part of the hobby you love. Maybe you've memorised the finer details of panzer armour. Maybe you're obsessed with getting the right shade of red on a British uniform. Maybe you've only just bought your first box of miniatures and are still learning how to dry brush. You belong. You're part of the community. If you've ever worried that your interests make you weird, I'd say lean into that weirdness. That's your superpower. Painting Napoleonic regiments, collecting ancient armies, refighting Gettysburg on a 6-foot table or a 20-foot table. These aren't signs of failure, they're signs of passion, dedication and joy, and you should be celebrating it. Being a geek in historical wargaming means caring deeply about something most people don't understand and doing it anyway. It means learning, crafting, organising and sharing. It means finding connection and fun in the past and bringing it to life in miniature. And it makes you, without question, a much more interesting and well-rounded person. So the core message of today's video is be proud of your hobby. Celebrate your geekery, whatever shape it takes. Share it, welcome others into it and support people whose passions look different from your own. Be kind, be open and never be embarrassed by the fact that you love toy soldiers. We're wargamers, we're geeks and that's absolutely awesome. Now, this is a topic I've touched on lots of times over the years, and I make no apology for being a cheerleader for the greatest hobby in the world. But that begs the question, do you celebrate your geeky hobby? To nick a phrase from elsewhere, are you out and proud about your hobby? Do your work colleagues and friends know about your peculiar obsession? Was this a conscious decision, like it was with me, or have you always been open about your pastime? And if you've kept that side of your hobby quiet, what's prompted that decision? There may be valid reasons for that. And there's no right or wrong answer here. But on this topic in particular, I think every answer says something about our hobby. And for that reason alone, I'm looking forward to reading the comments. It's time for a hobby update, and I want to give a big thank you to those of you that have joined as channel members recently. The very first members only videos are now live, so if you're a member and haven't checked them out, please do. I'm also working on more, and I'd love to hear your ideas. So if there's something you'd like me to cover exclusively for members, please let me know. Of course, memberships are just one part of this channel. The reason we're here today is because all of you, regular viewers and subscribers and commentators, you've built this community, and I'm genuinely grateful for every single one of you. Now, looking ahead, you'll start seeing some short videos popping up on the channel. They're just little experiments to test out different styles and formats, partly to see what works for the existing audience and partly to reach some new people and continue to grow the community even further. As always, your feedback is invaluable, so please let me know what you think when you see them. So whether you're a long-time subscriber, a brand new viewer or a channel member, thank you for being here and supporting what I do. It really does mean a lot. Oh, and a quick heads up, I'll be away on a family holiday soon. I've made sure content is scheduled so things keep ticking over while I'm away. But obviously, depending on the internet where I'm staying, I might be a little slower in replying to comments. Even so, I'll still be trying my best to keep an eye on them and joining in wherever I can. Now, a very quick Workbench update. I'm filming this video for Sunday a little bit earlier than usual. As you can see, my Mongols, my proxies from my Kalmyk horsemen, are still on the desk. I'm hoping I'll have got them finished by the time this video goes out on the Sunday. If I do manage to get them done, I'll try and take some video and some pictures and get a little shot out as soon as I can, just to show you that I've done them, because as I said in one of my other videos, if I don't get them done before I travel, it's going to bug me the entire time we're away. So that's it for this week. As always, please join the conversation in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe and share, and maybe consider becoming a member. And of course, if you want to keep up to date with weekly content from this channel, please tap the bell notification icon. So until next week, stay safe, keep gaming, and of course, keep rolling high.